Hey, what's up guys? Jacoby from jacobysjourneys.com. Today we're near Copán, Honduras, and we're going to be exploring a coffee farm called Welchez Coffee. So they've been heating up the roaster, and after it's heated up to the right temperature, now they're dropping in the coffee beans into the machine to actually start roasting right now. So as they're roasting it right now, he's really keeping a close eye on the beans themselves. So every minute or two, he's pulling out a little sample to visually check the beans and see how it's roasting. But also he's keeping an eye on a small timer. So they've really got it down to a science to time it and to make sure that it's roasting the exact amount of time. And I wish I could film the smell in here. It smells so good. If you're a coffee lover like myself, this entire room just smells amazing. As he's roasting it, he's pulling out samples every minute. You'll see a series of piles. Each little pile of beans is 1 minute intervals as the beans are roasting. So you can see the difference as the beans are being roasted from minute 1 to, I think he said 16 or 17 minutes. These are the stages of the beans as they're roasting in the machine. Alright, so we are in Welch's, kind of like a testing area. I'm with Javier, and he is going to show me some of his coffee skills and see what the taste is like. Alright, so we just finished our coffee and I give it 2 thumbs up. Very delicious. Pretty soon we're going to be taking a look more at the farm here at Welch's. So now we're heading up the mountain on their tractor, and this is a tour that they'll do, and you'll take a tractor ride to go up the mountain to go see where all the coffee plants are.
Yeah, this is where we actually have the trail where we're going to be walking all the way down. We have 2 versions. We have like a long version and a short version. But on the long version, we can see like a lot of different varieties of the coffee. We're going to get like in touch with the plantation. So this is the map of the farm. We are right here. And actually when we come to the tour, we go between the coffee plantations where we can see the different varieties. And also we can find places on the farm that they're for forest preservation. So we're having like coffee right between the forest. So about the coffee farming, we have the coffee seed until we can start 45 or 50 days until we can see the little sprout. After having that little sprout, we will have to take them to the place that we're going to be planting them, and finally we will be needing 2.5 years to 3 years to be waiting for the first crop. We will start to see the coffee cherries starting to grow like this, and we're like in a development process of 7 months. After 7 months, they have been growing. We will find the coffee cherry completely red, and that means that we can go ahead and pick them. So then that's gonna be the harvest season during the months of January. That's the pick of the harvest that we have, and that's mainly when we have like a lot of people hand picking all of the coffee cherries.
So we've left the area that's the actual coffee plants, and now we're going through like a forest area. So we're just crossing over this suspension bridge. You were saying this is all basically like a protected forest here?
It's quite like a 17% of the land that has been preserved.
Just a ton of animals and butterflies, birds, a lot of really cool stuff that you can see as you're walking through this forest. Alright, so we're just about halfway through our hike, so now we're stopping to have lunch at a little cafe that's up in the mountain. So this restaurant's really cool. It's literally built on the side of this mountain, and as you're eating, you're overlooking this little waterfall stream, and there's birds flying around everywhere. It's really beautiful. Alright, so just finished lunch. It was awesome, and now I'm having a dessert and coffee. I'm not sure what the name of this is. It's kind of like a little cake, muffin, and then it's kind of doused with some honey or syrup. Very sweet, very delicious. So behind me or around me, you can see this is where they actually bring in the coffee once they're harvesting it. And so it goes through this series of like filter, washing, and it kind of separates the coffee out. Right now, obviously, it's not a harvesting time, so this is all just kind of closed down for right now. But at least you can get an idea of what it looks like and kind of the scale of this operation. So back here is where they sun dry the beans. So you can see they have several different buildings that they'll actually put all the beans out and dry them out in the sun. So now we're in the main warehouse. This is where the coffee is brought into once it's been harvested, and these machines around me are different types of tumblers and I guess separators that separate the coffee into different grades, different size, and then all of these burlap bags that you see around us are prepared and ready to be sent out as export. And then the small bags that you see are basically gifts. They sell those in the shops and might be more like a souvenir item. Alright, so I'm back in the tasting lab and I'm with Juan. He and I are going to do a tasting. He's going to show me some different kinds of coffee and be able to actually taste and kind of compare them.
You're going to see the difference between our blends, more or less, and that way you can taste the difference between the blends to see that coffee doesn't really actually taste the same. But if you play along with blends and you play along with different drying methods, you get different tasting coffee. And that's how we came up with the different blends we offer to sell.
Okay, so this is officially one of the coolest things I've ever seen. This is a mini roaster. So Juan just fired this up, so it's heating up right now. So this is basically a mini version of what we saw in the other room where they actually roast the beans. So here in the lab they can roast the beans and do samples, kind of like quality control.
For the coffee.
Alright, so he's finished roasting the coffee and now he's getting ready to do what they call cupping. So we're going to be sampling some of the coffee that was literally just roasted.
The first step after grinding it is you smell it and dry. That way you see how chocolatey, or if it has some good fermentation like wine type of notes inside of it.
Alright, so Juan's got all of the coffee set out and he just poured in hot water into each cup and then he's gonna let it sit for 4 minutes?
4 minutes. You let it rest for 4 minutes and then you smell the coffee in wet by breaking this skin on top of or layer on top of it. And you can see how already the difference between skins or layers, you see this is more dense, like contrary to this one, it looks a bit more watery or less dense in a way. Smell, just kind of break it in even. I'm gonna leave that one for you.
So basically Juan is breaking the skin on each cup of coffee and then just smelling the aromas that's coming off of each cup. So that gives you a difference or a comparison of each different kind of coffee.
You don't swallow it. Yeah, it's like wine or whiskey too. Because yeah, you just want to mix it around in your taste buds, and then drop it back in. Just grab a little bit more. And you.
All right, so we just finished up the taste test, and I'd have to say between the seasonal blend and the house blend, those two are really good. The seasonal blend to me kind of has a kind of like a fruity, almost like a sweet taste, and then the house blend has this chocolatey, almost like a hazelnut flavor as far as I'm concerned. So, both of these are great. I could easily recommend those two. But, overall, all of them are excellent coffees. So I would definitely say check them out. All right, so thanks a lot, Juan, for
Thank you for
giving
being
us a behind-the-scenes tour and for all the sampling of the coffee. It was a great day.
More than welcome. Anytime.
We're also finished up with our tour, so I want to thank Javier
You're welcome.
for a great tour. Ask for Javier, he'll give you an awesome tour of the entire mountain, and he'll be able to answer all your questions. And I want to give a huge thank you to everyone at Welch's for making this video possible. Thank you for showing me around, teaching me all about the coffee you grow here. This video could not have been possible without you. So if you're in the Copán Ruinas area, I really recommend coming to the Welch's farm and checking this out. It's really interesting to see how the coffee grows from start to finish, and then being able to enjoy some coffee at the end of it. So thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't. I upload new adventure travel videos every week. And remember, life's about the journey, not just the destination.